Hello, everybody. Welcome to my presentation for my Simple Simon game for the class that I'm taking at the University of Advancing Technology. And the class is called RBT-173 Introduction to Market Controllers. Okay, so for this assignment, I had to make a Simple Simon game, much like the ones that you used to see in the 80s. However, I did not include sound with this because of the time restraints and the requirements. It was not necessary. But in the future, I will add sound. Okay, so the code is simple. Let's just get right into it. All right, I have two arrays, one that is going to keep track of the LEDs, one that is going to keep track of the buttons. I have a constant integer that keeps track of how many levels that we're able to do. The requirement was 32, I believe. I also have some global variables. That is a game sequence and a game index. These are going to change over time depending on how far along the game you are in. I use the serial port to display some information, useful information to the people and the teacher and stuff like that. That will allow you to see where the game state is at, basically. Um, I set the LEDs and the buttons as outputs and input pull-ups. I decided to go with the internal pull-ups with this. Here's the reason why. Um, it works. It works great. And the other thing is when you're using resistors, you're going to get unpredictable results until you find the right one. These ones work great, and so I tend to use these a lot. It's just cleaner. Um, then we get into how are we going to make the random light patterns, and I have this little random pattern generator here. I use a random seed, and then we basically do pin modes 2 through 5 and output them. So I have another function here that is going to turn on the light and off light when the LED is being used. This is used for like button presses, to tell which color light is corresponding to the button that you're pressing. The next one we have a play sequence. This is actually the sequence that plays the sequence of lights. It increments. How this game works is it starts off easy. You have to guess one and then two and then three and then four. It's not really a requirement, but any Simon game does that. So it wouldn't be very good of me to go against that because this is pretty much a tribute to the Simon game. So I decided to do it that way. Uh, then this now here's the next part. This was tripping me up. I'm going to be honest. This took me some time to get right. Uh, we basically read these buttons until a button is pressed, and we can sense that. I was having a hard time implementing this. For some reason, it would loop through and then go back to the sequence of lights that were flashing and stuff like that. But I got it over time, trial and error. And to be honest, I looked it up on the internet. So that was cool. Oh, looks like my bird is up. Okay, anyway, moving on. We have a game over function, and basically the requirements were all the pins, all the LEDs light up, and then they turn off in succession. That was Eric Canada. He actually helped me with some of the code for the button presses. He was the one that recommended the site to go to. So it's nice to know that your fellow students are there for you in times of need. And Eric Canada is definitely one of those guys. So props to him. Okay. So yeah, so that conforms to the requirements. Then we basically get the user's input and check it with the sequence. So this little function here is going to check your key presses compared to the actual pattern that you're supposed to do. And if it is not right, it is going to return false. And if it is right, you're going to get the win signal. So I also have a level up series that tells you that you're leveling up. It basically says levels up, and then it will flash flash off and on 3 times. So the main game loop is simple. We basically add a random color to the end of the sequence, and then we check to see if the game length, and then if it's not less than 1, or I'm sorry, if it is greater than or equal to the maximum game length, then we play the sequence. And then, yeah, and then here's the one game function. Oh, I in the wrong spot, but oh well. So there it is, guys, and you will see it in action right about now. Here, actually, let's do this. So let us I don't know why it says that. Oh, here, hold on one more time. Okay, so I got my first button press, and I went in, and it flashes the lights and stuff, and I'll show you what's going on with that. So I have some kind of redundant thing going on, blah blah blah, but that's okay. All right, so it wins. Now let's check if it loses. Yeah, there you go, it loses. So then it goes back to the thing. So I just wanted to show you that the serial port's working great. All right, now on to the visual demonstration. All right, so here is my Simple Simon game. Pardon the mess. All right. So you just seen the red light flash. If you press this button, red light's going to go on. It is going to blink 3 times. Lets you know, and then it goes to the next one, which is red and yellow. It blinks 3 times. All right, so it goes to the next sequence, there, there, and there. And we can play this up to 32 times. But I won't. I won't keep you waiting. So let's do an air. Okay, so did you see that? So what happens when you do an air is it will blink the pattern that you're supposed to do, and then the lights all light up, and then they turn off one by one to symbolize that it's powering down. Then it goes back to the beginning. So anyway, that is my Simple Simon game for now. And like I said, I'll add audio later to it, but it was fun. Anyway, thank you. Have a good day.